Hey, welcome back to Signature Movement. It's your girl Tanya D. Floyd. I'm in here posted up looking at my HGTV shows, and it keeps it's a common theme. Everybody want to move the laundry room upstairs, but then when they hear how much it's gonna cost, they be like, "Oh my God, why it cost so much?" And I get that a lot in my line of work, but mostly people who have no intentions of hiring me always want to know why it costs so much. But it costs that much because there are things that you never ever would consider that are involved. Like, for instance, moving the laundry from downstairs to upstairs. Well, where upstairs is it going? Where's the nearest water source? You got to get the hot and cold water from somewhere. So you got to break some stuff up with the floor, the wall, or whatever to move from the one and put oh God, a joint on there so you can run a new line to the new place. But how much pipe do you need? Which kind of pipe? You probably gonna need a CPVC. That's the little skinny one. But you're gonna run it through the walls or through the floors to get to the new location. How many feet is that? How much does it cost per foot? How many elbows do you need? How many times do you need to bend it and come up and down and around or whatever? How many T's do you need? How many couplings, adapters? How many hoses do you need? You gotta have one for the hot, one for the cold to connect to the actual valve. You gotta buy the valves. You gotta install the valves. You gotta have somebody know how to do this stuff. So you need a plumber, and you need a bunch of tools and a bunch of pipe and a bunch of attachments to go to the pipe. And however many feet it's going, you gotta tear up stuff. Oh, speaking of tearing up stuff, the first thing you always gotta do on any project, no matter what you're gonna change, is demo and disposal. You know somebody gotta tear that up, right? You gotta pay somebody to tear that up. You know they gotta throw it away, right? They can't put it in your kitchen trash, so they gotta take that away. So you're gonna pay somebody to haul it away, or you're gonna pay somebody to rent their dumpster for 2 weeks and sit it in your driveway for $600, and then you're gonna fill that up as you go along with your project. But you're going to pay somebody for the trash. And you're going to pay somebody to tear it up. And then you got to pay somebody to build it. So somebody who know what they're doing got to come in there and build you a bathroom or a laundry room or whatever. And you need a waterproof floor, right? So you need all new flooring in there. You need a drain, right? So just like they ran that hot and cold water to your washing machine, they got to put a drain and a way for the water to escape if it overflows or the hose disconnects or gets a hole in it, whatever makes water end up on your floor in that laundry room. You gotta have flooring specifically for that, and then you gotta have a drain somewhere to take the water away. And you know what else you gotta have? An exhaust for the dryer hose, cause your dryer lint, you gotta have somewhere for that to go. It's gotta have a tube that attaches to a hole somewhere in the wall that attaches to a tunnel where it can shoot that stuff outside. Mm-hmm. The exhaust for the dryer vent. Then you gotta have power. So you need an electrician. Somebody know what they're doing. You need an electrician to come in there and hook up the specific voltage that you need. You need the outlet. You need the switch. You need the wire. What kind of wire? How many wires? How many kinds of wire? How much does it cost per 100 feet or per 50 feet or per 25 feet? How many feet of wire do you need for the two different kinds of wire? Because you probably need the yellow one and the white one. How many feet? Okay, then they got to connect it to your box. So you need to make sure your box can accommodate the extra outlets. And the switches got to go in the box and get attached to the lines that's getting ready to attach to your washer and your dryer, right? Mm-hmm. So what do we cover so far? Demo and disposal, electrical and plumbing, and plumbing supplies. Have you ever just walk on by sometime and see how much those little attachments cost in the plumbing section? The pipe itself, not really expensive, but when you think about them couplings, one little teeny piece of them shark bites can cost you $10. Easy. Easy $10. Never spend $10 faster than a piece of equipment for plumbing. Some of them can cost more than that, but you need some elbows with, some 90s and some T's and some, maybe a Y connector for the washing machine. If you got something else like a sink in there, you want to connect both of those to that one valve that's letting the hot or cold water come. Or you need another one for the hot and the cold. You need two. So you connect the washing machine and the sink to the same water source. You need a connector for that, and then you need a hose to go to, for each thing. See, it's adding up just like that. You got a sink, so you need somebody to put a drain for that too. So you gotta have a water feed and a water drain. Yep. You need you could use some tile or some vinyl flooring. It's fine. It's all nice and waterproof. But I suggest vinyl because you know what? When you do tile, if your subfloor is good, you can start with that, and then you got to put that adhesive on the back of the tile so the tile can stick to the floor and not move around. Then you got to put some grout in between the lines, so you got to have a bunch of stuff to do tiling, but you just lay the vinyl flooring down. Just lay it on down. I recommend it for water applications, definitely. And did I say you got to dig out the tunnel for the drain for the water to go out the room? Yeah, you got to drain. One or two of them. Then you need the light fixture for the room because you can't do laundry in the dark. You got to have a switch for the light fixture. You need wire to run to that. What kind? How many? A lot. Yeah. Then you need somebody to. Oh, did you have a room already designated for your laundry room? Because if not, then somebody got to come in there and frame one out. Like 2x4s, walls. Build the walls that hold the room with the laundry in it. So yeah, you need a framer, and then you need some framing nails to put the walls up, and then you need some drywall and somebody to know how to put that up. There's some drywall screws, drywall nails, whatever. They're a lot. They like $40 a box. Then you need somebody who know how to do that. I said that right. Okay, so then you need you need some mud and you need some tape. Joint compound, that's the mud. So you need somebody to know how to put the tape and the joint compound on the seams where you put the screws and held the drywall to the studs and everything, and then make it look like nothing happened. Right there, a nice smooth wall. And then you need somebody to come and sand that. So you need sand blocks or sandpaper or machine or whatever you're going to use, but usually it's a hand sanded situation. So they use the blocks, or you can use a sponge too. But either way, you got to buy them, and then you got to pay somebody to do it. Smooth it out nice. Then you need somebody to come in and paint. And if you got a new room, you're going to need some baseboards because you ain't got none. The drywall just naked at the bottom. So you need to go ahead and get you some baseboard, 8 feet of that. It's only like $8, $9, $10 for 8 feet of that baseboard. But how big is your room? So you're going to need like 4 or 5 of them or something. I don't know how big your room is, but you need that. Then you need some nails for that, and you need somebody to come bring their pneumatic nailer because you're not just going to do that by hand. Because that's going to cost a fortune to have somebody there for all them days putting them nails and screws in by hand. We just not doing that no more. So you need the tools and the person who know how to use the tools. And then after you paint it all up and it's a good room, and then you got to get the right washer and dryer because the one you had might not fit, or the one you had might be too old, or the one you had, you might not like it no more. So now you need a new washer and dryer that costs, you might be able to get it for $2,000 if it's a stackable. Maybe. In 2022, you probably could. But then you need somebody to install that middle piece that's going to hold that one on top up top. Because they don't just sit on top of each other. There's a little bracket in between the two that holds the one up there on the wall. So you need somebody to know how to do that. And then they do have them that's, they come together already. It's one unit already, like stackable like that. But they're kind of small. So I don't know if you want that in all that room that you just paid all these thousands of dollars to create. I don't think you want that kind. I think you want a nice one. So probably 2 G's for the washer and dryer to go right there. And then you need some hoses. Nope, they don't come with hoses. You gotta buy the hoses. So you need a hose for the hot water, a hose for the cold water. And if you got a sink in there in the laundry room, you need some plumbing for that too. But it's pretty much the same as putting in the washing machine. You need the hot, the cold, and the drain. So yeah, and then you need the sink, of course. Utility sinks usually come with the faucet already installed. But then you need some hoses to go to that sink. that connects to the water source. And you might need a connector because you got the one water source, or you can get two water sources. Either way, you can spend the extra money for the separate plumbing for the sink and the washer and dryer, or you can just get the one connector with the hot and the cold water, and you put a wire on there. You put your wash machine to the hot, and the sink to the hot, and the wash machine to the cold, and the sink to the cold. And that one faucet for for the hot will feed both of those two, and the one faucet for the cold will feed both of those two. So whenever you need it, it'll be there. But I think you should just keep them separate because the pressure and the flow and all that. Just give each one its own plumbing. You just already built the room, so just do it right. And then yeah, I said about the floor, right? Vinyl, recommend vinyl. You do tile, but it takes more time and more, so that's more labor and more materials to do tile than it does the vinyl. Because the vinyl, you can buy it where it has a pad attached, and you just slap it right on down, tap it in there, bam, it's in there. So yeah, no adhesive needed, no underlayment needed most of the time, and it's waterproof. That's my thing, vinyl flooring. It's very stylish these days too. They have lots of options. Check it out. But yeah, go every now and then. And if you're thinking about a project, just walk down the aisle and pick up some little pieces of things and see how much they cost. And see if you can play a little game with yourself and see if you can find the cheapest thing in there. Like, how many dollars is the cheapest thing I found? Like, pick up something and try to find something that costs less than that thing. Just go down there and see, because asking the professionals why I gotta cost so much, it's so much you don't understand. It's so much they don't have time to explain to you. But it all needs to be done, and you can ask me. That's what I do. So yeah, customer relations. I'll tell you how much it costs and why. Break it down for you. Give you an idea how much each piece costs. But when you're thinking about the project, just start walking into the room and looking around and see how many elements are in the room. What are the things that this room requires? You walk into the bathroom. You need a tub. You need several faucets. You need a toilet. You need the hose to go to that toilet. You need hoses to go to each faucet. The sink faucet. You need the hot hose, the cold hose. That. You need a drain, so you gotta have the PVC piping to make the drain. And then you gotta have your vanity and your mirror and your lights. And none of that's cheap. But let's just talk about the building part. Forget about all the fixtures and just think about how much it costs to lay a floor, build walls, to lay tile, to put tile on the wall. How many square feet are in your tub area? If you have a tub and you need to tile your shower, you have roughly 66 square feet of tile that are needed for the 3 walls around your tub. It's about 2.5 by 5. So that's 10 feet, because 5 feet for the tub and 2.5 on each side. So that's 10 feet by usually 6 feet, because your tub is only like 2 feet tall. So you got 6 feet from the ceiling, the average ceiling, to the top of the tub. So that's 60 square feet. But you gotta always add a little teeny bit extra, because sometimes the tiles be chipped and cracked and ugly or different things. And sometimes, the way you gotta cut them. But yeah, you just estimate 66 square feet for the tub shower area for an average 8-foot ceiling. So do the math on that before you go picking out the really, really pretty mosaic tiles or the really, really pretty glass tiles. Because they get expensive. Oh, and the smaller the tile, usually more expensive the sheet is. So if you get a big tile, like a 12 by 24 tile or bigger, then you might pay less per square foot than you would for smaller tiles. And those pretty decorative things, they look really, really good when you make like a detail in the big tiles. Like you make an arrangement with mostly big tiles, and you put a little ribbon across here, or a little line or seam in a couple of places here. You can save money by just using a little bit of the expensive tiles. But those are some of the ideas for why it costs that much for baths and laundry rooms and anything with plumbing. Did I say electric? I say electric? I don't know, but how many wires? What kind of wires? How many feet? How many switches? How many outlets? Because you know you got to have your power outlets and they got to be the right voltage, right? Did I say that? Probably said that. But anyway, yeah, you got to know somebody know how to put it together, so you paying for that. Mm-hmm. Wire. Switches, outlets. Connect to the box. You need switches in the box. Gotta have space in the box. If the box ain't going to accommodate extra connections, you need a new box. And you know how many thousands of dollars that's going to cost? A few. More than 3. So, that's why it costs that much.